Just came up on a pretty steep incline. Don't do this at home.
The Nomads of Seoul captured a mountain hiking experience on camera. This particular trip was in Sambo Creek, Honduras, where the mountains feature a true jungle-like habitat. And the deeper you go into the mountains, the taller the canopy and the lesser the sunlight. You might be relieved to know that the temperature drops, allowing you to enjoy a wonderful breeze.
All right, right ahead of us. Mountains, here we come.
Here we come.
We assembled a crew of 9 people, 5 adults and 4 young but brave souls. The mystery guy behind the camera is me. My name is Tev In.
We're gonna do this!
Right now we're just walking along the main road until we figure out how we'll enter into this area over here where the mountains are, as you can see in the background.
The village of Sambo Creek sits on the beach of the Caribbean Ocean and is nestled between a series of mountains and jungle growth. The photo you're looking at right now is an aerial view from the mountaintop.
And it looks like we're gonna take this road. Now this road leads to the river, which I've gone to many times. It's one entrance to the river.
This path is right off of the main road. The main road goes from Sambo Creek to other connecting villages and even all the way to the next major city called La Ceiba.
What's up, guys? And the path gets narrower. Because remember, the kingdom of heaven is the road less traveled. And only few will find it and be brave enough.
I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Nelson Mandela.
The river is just over here. It runs through many parts of the town, of the village. If you want footage of this, please go to our Facebook and look at our albums of Honduras rivers. We've got some of the most amazing views you've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Sí, está bien.
All right, I believe this was a nice local that didn't mind us passing through her yard.
Let's roll.
So always give thanks. Got a pile of rocks over on my left here. They must be building something.
So this pipe right here is the main water pipe that's collected from the river. Like if we were to do a river hike all the way to the mountains of the river, you'll see a pipe where it collects the water and it comes down
Bring it
through
all the way
this pipe.
down.
All this used to be grass. This tree right here, this tall tree. If we walk over to the base of it, you'll see it's one of the oldest trees around here. It's real huge. I don't know if you can see the base, but if we walk up closer,
Huge.
yeah.
That's called a sabon.
So according to Baba Kevin, there's a tree over here that's pretty old. And I love ancient trees because you don't just see them every day. They're true gems. So I think he must be talking about this tree, which is pretty big.
I'm always reminded of how precious the land of Honduras is. It's clear that this ancient tree was intentionally left standing out of respect.
There's no more place to go. Everybody's still multiplying to every generation. Now it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So every so often they gotta organize and they gotta find a new spot to portion up and give to people from the community.
It's one of the tallest trees I've seen out here so far. I mean, well, I know there's taller ones, but this has to be more than a couple hundred years old.
We're touching the tree. We're loving the tree, right? 1, 2, 3. Browns and greens, baby. Ready? Chlorophyll, melanin.
All right, on to the next.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
That's bad.
What used to be here, Dan?
Only for concrete.
I mean,
Medicinal.
tons of herbs. Just a whole
Bunch of
pharmacy
herbs.
cabinet of Mother Nature of herbs.
A lot of land in Honduras comes under a protected status called Garifuna land. After the natives suffered much land invasion and seizure by the colonists, more colloquially referred to as gringos, sentiments grew deeper, and the natives had legislation passed to protect the land from sale or acquisition. However, the natives are constantly confronted with squatters and opportunists that don't respect such agreements. Sambo Creek is just one of many Garifuna villages that has had to deal with this problem. After his efforts to preserve the land of the village, Dan was delegated as a custodian by the village president.
He's so cute. How old is he? About 3?
You just turned 3, yeah?
Pretty proud.
Yeah, put that right here. Scoot over here, Daniel.
Hold on. You got it?
You gotta get this one under, I think.
And the journey continues. That view right ahead of us looks majestic.
This is where the crew finally reached the mountain entrance. As you can see, the jungle density increases and begins to stand out to the eye.
And this almost looks like a papaya leaf too, if you look at it. But this is called bitter melon in English. It's called calica here in Spanish. This is the fruit after it ripens and bursts, and the little red seeds are inside. You can see some right here. Dude, I wonder how many people in town even know that all this is going on.
This is where the climb begins. This mountain has lots of clear trails, so it's mostly a test of willpower and determination.
We are still continuing the trek. Just came up on a pretty steep incline. Don't do this at home, as in recording and trying to go up a hill at the same time. I'm a professional. Wow. Looks like a cave. Maybe some really old rock. This looks like such a beautiful field of green.
All plants, usually where you see it, 2 rows side by side, sticking in the opposite direction. From the moringa, there's big ones all the way down to little tiny patterns. That pattern is called a leguminous plant. And they're called nitrogen fixers. And they acquire from wherever, the air and the ground, nitrogen. And they're rich in nitrogen as well as the other whatever minerals and stuff are in them. This is an important one.
Is that the one with
That little blue flower is how you find it.
what's that, dragon's tail?
Sometimes there's 2 or 3. It's called
Scorpion's
rat's tail and something else, but this is
That's
This is
like
called-
ant bites.
Savy. I seen in video calling this blue vervain.
Okay.
But when you look up blue vervain, it looks a little bit different. This is called blue porterweed.
Okay.
And they can make porter beers out of this.
Oh.
And those flowers are edible and they taste like mushroom.
Oh.
But this you boil it,
What, the stem or the
the whole
whole
thing.
thing.
root? The whole thing.
And this thing once again is really high in minerals, antioxidants.
Another thing is good for. Do y'all have any ant bites or mosquito bites on you right now?
Yeah, probably so.
No, that's itching you.
Yeah.
What they would do with this, and they call it scorpion's tail in Belize, but they would take the leaves and rub it on the ant bite or mosquito bite, and instantly it takes away.
Really?
The
They just
itch.
rub it on there?
Yeah, and it instantly takes away the itch. And I didn't believe it at first, but then after getting a couple of ant bites on the ankle, I took some of the leaves, rubbed it, instantly took away the.
You eat mushrooms?
I
we're
would
looking for
love to
some.
eat some mushrooms. Some psychedelic mushrooms?
No, I'm just talking about regular.
Oh, yeah, I love mushrooms.
After a strong 30 minutes of pushing upwards, the crew came to a brief rest in an open spot on the mountain. From the side of the mountain we were on, the village could be seen, and the blue colors of the beach absolutely dominated the horizon.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Yeah, it's not easy, huh?
Laguna de Cacao is a couple times. That way, that was right before Savy's spot. But on the other side of the road, it's a big mangrove swamp.
And that's the thing, like for the most part, I mean, we got the mountains, the river, the beach, you got the canopies right there.
Hot springs.
Zip line, the hot springs. I mean, everything. Needs,
Waterfall. Have you ever been over
Waterfall too, yeah.
to the Cascada one?
So where's Sadie's spot at? This way or this way?
That way.
3 miles.
Oh.
And Dr. Saby used to live at and own the place that's that way with the waterfall. So that was where that was where he was at before he had Usha.
When you start going up, you gotta just keep going. You can't really stop. You just gotta, it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And you're like, oh my God, where is the top at? And it's, so you just gotta really be like, okay, just keep going, just breathe, just keep going, just push yourself. And then so after a while, and then you get to the top after a while, when you don't get to the top, you're like, woo! And then you do take a break, and then you talk for a while, and you do whatever you do at the top, and then you come down. And then when you come down, it's just like you're just running down. But like it's kind of uncomfortable a little bit because your feet are like slipping into your shoes, so it's at the very top, and then you don't want you like all over the place, but you like whatever. It's not as hard as going up, but it was still difficult.
I totally wasn't ready. And tell you guys one thing, when y'all come mountain climbing, you know, just know that it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge, y'all.
Yeah.
But you do it, and then it feels great. It feels good.
Y'all soaked in this experience? It's difficult, right?
It's difficult, but it's worth it, and it's fun. It's an experience.